Okay, is anybody on yet? Okay, good. All right, everybody. Sorry we started on time. I'm not sorry for that. Okay, so we're gonna get this thing started. We're doing this Facebook Live. My name is Gerald Kostica, and if you've tuned in tonight, I'm sure you've been on one of the previous 17 or 18 different trainings that we've done. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to be talking about a topic that it's indirectly Enagic related, but it's very Enagic related. So let me kind of just jump into this, okay? I want to start with the housekeeping thing, which is, the way that the algorithms work for Facebook is the more people who are engaging in the in a post or video or whatever, the more it's able to get out to other people, basically. And what engaging means is, like the little comments where people are, saying something, the more people that respond to those comments, the more it gets out there. So if you would do me a huge favor, and as people are putting posts, whether they're saying hi or they're responding to something that I'm saying or whatever it might be, if you could hit a like or a love or whatever, that counts as engagement. Okay, so if you guys wouldn't mind doing that for me, I would really appreciate it, because it's going to allow the video to get out to more people and the information to get out to more people. So let's jump right into this today, because I'm really excited about this today. It's April 15th. And under normal circumstances, April 15th is a big day, but in a bad way. Because it's normally tax day. Because of all the craziness that's going on in our world right now, tax day's been pushed back to July 15th. So April 15th is no longer, at least not in 2020, that bad day. But I still wanted it to be a big day, which is one of the reasons that I'm doing this today. And by the time I'm done, you'll understand more, what I mean by I'm making this a big day, okay? So my topic for today is dreams, can dreams really come true? And that's kind of an odd topic, you might be thinking, but the reality is, in our business, a lot of people say that, if you can get success with Enagic, that, dreams can come true type of thing. But when we really talk about dreams coming true, what does that actually mean? For a lot of people, I don't know if it's quantitative, that they actually know what that means, even to them, the second we start talking about dreams in general, the first thing that most people start to mention or think about is having a lot of money. Like, if you have a lot of money, your dreams will come true. But what's funny is that even Hollywood has put such a spotlight of reality on that misconception that just simply having money will not make your dreams come true. As a matter of fact, having money in a lot of cases creates more problems than it does solutions. So, is having a lot of money really the dream? Or is the possibility of having a lot of money maybe a means in order to fulfill your dreams? So it's kind of like you can get to one easier by having the other. Now, I honestly believe that most people have a dream of some sort, okay? And probably varying degrees. You might have somebody who dreams of just being able to go out, wake up when they want to, go out in their backyard and garden all day long, and then come back in after a hard day gardening and just relax and sipping some chamomile tea and enjoying the rest of their evening. That, for a lot of people, is their dream, but the real reality is that dream would take finances to make happen. But then there's, on the other end of the spectrum, you got people whose dreams are to change the world. You got people like Mr. Oshiro. Someone who has a big dream, a really big dream. There's nothing wrong with big dreams. But my gut tells me that most people don't pursue their dreams. And I think that the main reasons are either they're afraid of ridicule. Okay, they're afraid that when they start telling the people they're supposed to love them and support them the most, that they're going to shoot it down. Okay, maybe they're afraid of failure, or maybe, and I think this is probably one of the biggest, is they just simply don't have the financial resources. And I think that's a reality for a lot of people when it comes to pursuing what their dream might be. I think that one of the reasons that a lot of people resign themselves to working a job, and in a lot of cases, a job that they don't even like, I think that the reason that they do this and the reason that they don't actually pursue their dreams is because they've simply given up on those dreams. Because they feel like they're too far out of reach to be worth pursuing. And this might actually explain why so many people are so unhappy with their lives. You know, it seems like everybody's trying to be somebody else, pretend to be somebody else. You know, people making videos and they post them everywhere, trying to show this life that they're leading. And I think we all know that for the most part, it's fiction. It's not how these people really live. It's not what these people are really doing. And so our world's becoming so much more, I mean, for lack of a better term, plastic. You know, it's just this fake thing that people are they'd rather play a role than be themselves. And I think that's why people are so unhappy. And I think if more people had the ability to not only chase their dreams, but have a really good chance of catching them, I think people would be a lot happier, you know? Then there's people like you and me. And I know that you're a person like I am because you're here. You're here on a Wednesday evening, 6 o'clock p.m., and most of the people who are watching this right now are in some way connected to Enagic. I know there's other people on here too. I've got friends, family, and other people who are on. And I also really appreciate you guys taking the time to be on here. Every time you're on, whether it's Brandon, whether it's Fumbles, whether it's Jill, when you guys come on and check this out, it means a lot to me. It really does. So I really do appreciate that, okay? And I know that most of the people on here are like I am. And what I mean by that is we're people who are willing to try different things. We're willing to try different businesses. We're willing to try different opportunities. We're not content with the status quo. We're not. We work outside the realm of what the rest of the world would deem as normal when it comes to income opportunities. And I think for a lot of us, it's because we actually do have a dream that drives us. And we know that punching a clock is not going to do it. It's not going to do it for us. So if we really want to have a fighting chance at pursuing and, more importantly, catching that dream, we're willing to do what it takes. Okay? I think it's because we're really trying to pursue our dream. I really do. We're trying to fulfill our own dreams, and that's the reason. And what I think is a big shame is that money seems to hold back a lot of people from even trying because they feel like they're swimming up current and it's so hard. They're swimming against the current, and they feel like they're going to be so exhausted that they're going to wind up drowning, so they don't jump in the water to begin with. And that, to me, is a travesty because I think a lot of fantastic things are not happening because of the fact that people aren't even trying. Okay? But here's a question. What if the financial aspect wasn't an issue? What would your dream be then? If finances weren't an issue, what would your dream be? Have you even thought about that recently? Is it something that you've entertained in your own mind of what your dream really is? Whether you're somebody like Brian Brigham with the voice of a saint, you know, singing in Carnegie Hall, which I think he's actually done that because I know he's performed with Frankie Valli. So it's very possible that, you know, somebody like that has been able to fulfill that dream. So what's your dream? You know, I think everybody's familiar with Romy Videra. Romy is a very successful distributor here at Enagic. He's also a great guy. If you've not had the chance to meet Romy and you're part of Enagic, you definitely want to make that part of your little, you know, your selfish bucket list when it comes to Enagic people. You want to meet Romy. Not because he is going to drop so many pearls of wisdom on you. He might do that, but he's a very humble guy. He's a very simple guy. And I think that's the reason you'd want to meet him, is so you can see that you don't have to be some slick Willie and you know, a smooth talker and everything to be successful in this business. Well, I know that Romy actually had a dream. He's had this dream for a very long time. He is very religious, and he wanted to use his success in order to build churches in the Philippines. Well, the last time I heard, he was up to like the 5th or 6th full church that he funded to be built from the ground up. And he is literally in the process of fulfilling his own dreams. And the success with Enagic has allowed that to happen for him. Enagic has been his vehicle that's been able to allow him to basically get to where he wanted to go when it came to fulfillment of his dreams. So, understanding that with the right vehicle, you're going to have a much better chance at actually arriving at your goal, your destination, the fulfillment of your dreams, if you have that right vehicle, especially when it comes to the finances. So, the Enagic opportunity has become that vehicle for many people to be able to put legs under their own dreams. But let's be realistic, okay? Most people who join Enagic, their dream is not to sell water ionizers. You know, they didn't have this dream as a child that, you know, someday I'm going to sell water ionizers. I just hope I'm able to find a company that will have a really great product that I can sell someday in the future. None of us thought that when we were 6 or 8 or 10 or 15 or probably even when we signed up with Enagic. We weren't thinking that this is my dream. You need to realize that it's okay that if that wasn't your dream. You know, there's this old saying about a means to an end. You know, that basically if you can use what you're doing here to eventually get you here, then that's great. If it gets you to where you want to be, that's fantastic. And you do need to understand also that most dreams, if we're being realistic and we're being like adults and grown-ups and not fooling ourselves, most dreams do require a partnership of some sort, okay? Even Mr. Oshiro's dream of spreading true health across the globe, it requires a global network of like-minded individuals to embrace that concept and share that with the world. That's the only way that Mr. Oshiro's dream was going to end up coming to fruition. So why not help him build his dream while we're also helping ourselves build our dreams? And that's really what we should be doing. And if you're not doing that, if all you're doing is helping Mr. Oshiro build his dream and making a few bucks, then you might need to reevaluate what you're doing and really ask yourself, hey, am I selling myself short? You know, am I helping someone else fulfill their dreams at the expense of my own? And you don't have to do that. You can actually do both. And here's the thing too. Even if it doesn't work out, okay? Even if it doesn't work out, falls flat on its face, doesn't end up doing anything. Like let's say your dream is business related, okay? Let's say it falls flat on its face. Would you rather know that you at least tried, or would you rather live a life of regret? Just regret. Because you will regret it if when you're 60 or 70 or 80 years old and you're looking back at your life and you realize that you had the opportunity that you didn't do it. Okay, you're going to regret that. There's an old saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And that is true. Because experiencing that aspect of love that experience is worth the possibility of losing it. Okay? Because without that, you don't know what that experience is. And your dreams, I'm going to tell you this right now too. Your dreams deserve better. They absolutely deserve better. They deserve your actual attention, and they deserve you going after them. Because if your dreams didn't deserve it, you wouldn't have had those dreams to begin with. That's the bottom line. Okay? So that brings us to my next little point here, which is I've had a dream for a very long time, and I have decided to pursue my dream. And I am going to show you right here and right now that I'm living proof that dreams can come true and that Enagic can be the vehicle to help you fulfill your dreams, just like it's been able to help me fulfill mine. Now, of course, that does require you being willing to do what's necessary to make those dreams happen, because dreams don't happen on their own. Okay? Even winning the lottery requires you to buy a lottery ticket. Okay? So even if that is your dream, you still got to put in the work to at least go down and buy the ticket. Okay? So there's always going to be some effort when it comes to fulfillment of your dreams. Okay? Now, we often talk about our why. You guys all know that, right? Why are we doing this? My dream is not my only why, but I can tell you this, it is a darn big one. It really is. It's a very big one. Now, I already know what people are thinking, because I would be thinking it right now too if I was saying the things that I'm saying and you were hearing this. I'd be thinking, is Jerry leaving Enagic? I want to sum this up real quick and just say, no, not in any way, shape, or form. I am not leaving Enagic. I am still very, very vested in Enagic. Nothing has changed on that front. I'm just adding something else to what I'm already doing. Now, is that a big undertaking? Yes, it is. It is a big undertaking because, as you guys already know, I'm pretty involved in Enagic with a lot of the stuff that I do. But you know what? There's 24 hours in a day. And I can maximize, more than just Enagic hours in the course of my day, which is exactly what I'm doing. So here's what I'd like to do now. I'd like to tell you about my dream and what I'm doing to make it a reality. So I hope you'll just kind of bear with me a little bit. If you saw in the post about this event tonight, I did put in there that I was hoping that I would inspire some people, and that this is going to be a very heartfelt presentation. And that part comes right now. So when I was 17 years old, I had gone through some problems. We had some family issues. If you want the full scope of everything, I'm going to give you a website address that you'll be able to go to and kind of be able to read the entire story if you're so inclined and you want to find out. But to make a long story short, when I was 17 years old, I wrote a poem for creative writing, and it was called The Dream Dragon. Now, I'm 51 now, so when I was 17, I don't know what that math is, but I know it's over 30 years. No, I know it's over 30 years. But I thought it would be interesting to pull this out and show you guys, because this is the actual original poem. 34 years ago, this piece of paper that I'm holding in my hands right now is where I wrote the poem called The Dream Dragon. And I still have the page. So back in the 90s, I started writing some short poetic type stories, almost like Dr. Seuss type rhyming schemes. Some stories centered around the Dream Dragon as a main character. And in 1999, I decided to try to do something with the character. And I ended up actually publishing my first book. This is it. It's called Dreamtime Friend. This is one of the copies from 1999 that was published. And actually, back then, you guys are going to love this. Back then, I did a little read-along and sing a song that came on an audio cassette. That's how genuinely old this is. So there was, it came with a little package with the book and the cassette. Now, unfortunately, I ran into some major issues with the introduction of the book and everything. I was able to achieve some really great things, but I ran into some issues that forced me to kind of put everything on the back burner. But that fire continued to burn. It wasn't burning nearly as brightly or as intense as it had, but it was still burning deep inside of me. And I had always felt that it was going to be my contribution. Kind of like what Mr. Oshiro is doing with the concept of true health. In my mind, my Dream Dragon character and the things that character would be able to offer to both parents and children was going to be something worthwhile. And I always believed that. I think that's why that little spark, that little flame deep inside of me was never fully extinguished, because I really believed in it. So, over 20 years later, I still wanted to do something with the character. And as I said, I wholeheartedly believed that the Dream Dragon message and the overall concept was not only a good one, but that it was going to benefit people. So, as we turned into 2020, before all this coronavirus stuff and before the world got all topsy-turvy and crazy, I kind of made a decision. And so at the end of January of this year, I decided to move forward with my dream. I sat my family down. I said, look, I want to do this. We have the resources to do it, so I want to pursue this. And they, you know what? There wasn't even a reluctance at all. It was, okay, what do we need to do? And that meant a lot to me. Sorry. It meant a lot to me because they didn't have to. And they knew it meant it was going to take resources out of our household. But they believed in me. And so I said, you know what? I got to do this. I have to do this. I had the willingness to do the work that was going to be necessary. I always have. That's one thing. No one can ever accuse me of not being willing to put in the work. I've always been willing to do that. I thought the ideas were strong enough to be able to truly make something great. I really did. And honestly, I finally had the financial resources to actually make this happen. I had them available this time. Whereas, the snag that I ran into before was with my printer. I had to actually sue my printer. I wasn't going to even mention that, but I had to sue my printer for this book. Took the wind out of my sails. It was... It wasn't a good time for me when it came to this, but I always believed in it. Now, when I decided to move forward with this at the end of January this year, and I want you to please keep in mind time frame that we're talking about. End of January, that was roughly 2.5 months ago. And up until that time, this was all that had been done. Ever. This is what had been done up until 2.5 months ago. When I made the decision to do this, I decided I was either going to go big or I was going to not do it at all. Because for me, there's no in between. I'm either going to do it all or nothing. That's it, man. I'm either all in or I fold. And I seldom fold, even when I have a terrible hand. Sorry, I'm not very good with the emotional thing, so I apologize to you guys. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to compose myself, dripping all over the place. Jeez. So when I decided to do this, I said, okay, I'm not just going to publish another book, even though I did publish the book again. But I decided that I was going to get with the times, and it was 2020, and I know that visualization is one of the things that's huge. So I decided I was going to make a cartoon. And on February 4th, I ended up in communications with the guy who is now the director of my animation, who happens to also be an Emmy award-winning animator, which is pretty cool. But we've already got the intro started, and we are expecting to release the first pilot episode for the Dream Dragon cartoon, Adventures in Dreamland, on May 15th. So 1 month from today, I am going to be releasing the first episode of the cartoon. And you guys are the first people I'm telling publicly. Now, I also am publishing some more books. Matter of fact, this is the republished and new version of Dreamtime Friend. I want to make sure I'm not getting a whole ahead of myself here. I'm sorry. Well, I'll tell you this stuff. So I am going to be publishing some more books, republishing this one. I've created and published 4 activity books, like these ones. So this one is Colors and Shapes. This one is A Happy and Healthy You. This one is ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Then this one is The Knights of Catcher's Table, which basically just introduces some of the other characters that have been developed literally in the last 2.5 months. But, these are, like the Happy and Healthy You. It's about lifestyle, it's about, things like this. Word searches and fun activities and coloring pages and dot to dots and all sorts of stuff. Mazes, talking about the importance of water. Yeah, that's a good one. Stuff like this. The Dream Dragon needs a new bottle, so the kids can draw him a new bottle. Stuff like that. Things to really engage children and get them to understand the character and appreciate the message. So I've also got 2 stuffed animals prototypes in development right now. I designed a bunch of t-shirts. Like this one that I'm wearing is actually one of them. This is the bad guy. This is the King of Nightmares, you guys. And this is the Nightmare on Dream Street t-shirt. There's about 20 other designs for girls, for boys, for men, for women. It's all sorts of stuff. Built a comprehensive website. www.thedreamdragon.com. We have a new Facebook page, a YouTube channel. All the stuff that you would expect in this day and age if somebody was going to be introducing something. So that's what I've been up to. And today I am officially announcing the Dream Dragon project, and I am sharing this announcement publicly with you, the people who have become such a big part of my life over the last 13 years. So that's why I'm doing this today. It's what I'm doing. And this is a big deal for me. This is really like probably the biggest thing I've ever personally done in my entire life. And as my wife and my son told me last night, I've done a lot of things in my life. I'm a real good storyteller. And they enjoy my stories. Because they're all true. I've actually done quite a few things. So now, before I explain everything else, I'd like to do what I normally do on one of these things, which is a giveaway. However, today's is going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to be giving away magic materials. I'm actually going to be giving away a sample pack of the new Dream Dragon book and activity books. So, just like we normally do, this is open to U.S. people that are on the live broadcast right now. So if you're on here and you reside in the United States, you are invited to answer the question, okay? And the first correct answer that we see on our feed will be the winner, okay? And as soon as we see the correct answer, my lovely assistant Nathaniel will tell me who it is, and that person will win one of each of the activity books and an autographed copy of the 2020 version of Dreamtime Friend. So here's the question. I'm going to see if you were paying attention to what I was saying. How old was I when I wrote the poem that created the Dream Dragon character? Again, how old was I when I wrote the poem that created the Dream Dragon character? And if my mom or sister are currently on this, you guys are not allowed to answer.
Oh, we have our winner.
We have a winner.
Susan Yasui.
Oh my gosh, you know what? Our winner is, I couldn't think of anybody better to be our winner. Our winner is Susan Yasui. And the reason I say that is Susan is my second favorite Susan. My first is my wife. But actually, they flip-flop sometimes. Sometimes Susan Yasui is my favorite when my wife is being mad to me. So that is awesome, Susan Yasui. I am very happy that you are the winner of literally our first giveaway of the Dream Dragon materials. So I hope you enjoy them and that you put them to very good use, which I'm sure you will. So, okay. I've tried to help as many people as I have been able to, basically as many people as possible, during my 13 years with the Magic. I've tried to make myself available to people if they have had questions, whether that be emailed questions, the telephone calls. And frankly, I help more people that are outside of my team than I help inside of my team. I get more people coming to me that I have no financial vested interest in whatsoever, than my own people. That's just, maybe I've just trained my people really well, or I don't know. But I've tried to really help when people have needed it. So I am going to now do something that I don't normally do. And that is, I'm going to flip that script. And I'm going to ask everyone who's watching this for your help. Because I believe in this so much, and I think it will be worth everyone's while to give me your assistance. And here's what I'm going to ask you to help me with, okay? First is, please visit and subscribe to our new website. That's thedreamdragon.com, and I think my son just put it in the chat, so it'll be very convenient to be able to just click on that and go to the page. Once you've checked it out, and again, I want people to check it out. I don't want just people doing stuff blindly, like just sending it forward. Please go and check it out, subscribe to the site, see what it has to offer, and then share that with all of your friends and family and contacts, especially those with children. I think that once you take a look at the website, you're going to find that there is a lot of really strong content, and there's some free stuff that there's like free activity stuff. There's there's some printable coloring pages and activity pages. There's going to be more stuff developed as time progresses. But the site offers a lot. It offers a lot for both children and parents. There's like helpful hints about health. There's information about the COVID-19 stuff, and the recommendations. There's all sorts of stuff that's on there that I think will be very beneficial to people. Now here's something else that's actually a benefit if you go to our website and subscribe, is that anybody who subscribes will receive a VIP password-protected link for a sneak preview of the introduction of our new animated cartoon. The opening is already done. It's in the can, as they say in Hollywood speak, and so it will be available to anybody who subscribes. You'll get sent a link with the password to check that out. It's a sneak preview. So if you're like me, I'm weird like that. I love sneak previews. I love knowing stuff before other people know it. I don't know why. It's just something that I think it's really cool. So if you subscribe, you will be emailed that special link and password, so you can take a look at that and literally be one of the first people on the planet to see what hopefully will become something that everybody on the planet eventually knows. Okay. Please also visit and like our Dream Dragon Facebook page, which is at the Dream Dragon. That's it. It's facebook.com at the Dream Dragon, and I believe that link has also been added. And then again, share this page with your family and friends, especially those with kids. The more traction we're able to get with people knowing about this, the better. So that will be greatly appreciated. Now, my original picture book, Dreamtime Friend, that I showed you, it has been updated, and this version is now available on Amazon in either printed or ebook formats. Now, for the next 5 days, that's today through Sunday, okay, the ebook version of this is absolutely free. Okay? It's absolutely free. So, all you have to do is go to the shop page on the Dream Dragon website. So basically go to the Dream Dragon website. In the top menu bar, you'll see the little link that says shop. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the shop page, and from there you just want to click on books and more, and that will take you to the page with the books, with the Dreamtime Friend as well as the activity books. And all you do is click the link to order a copy of Dreamtime Friend. That will pass you to the Amazon page where you can then get the ebook version. You literally buy it for nothing, and that is yours to keep. So what I would really love to see is people going there, get a copy of it, and download that free copy, and then share with everybody that you know how they can get a copy too, for free. I know it sounds kind of weird that I'm trying to encourage people to get something from me for free, but I really want as many people as possible over these next 5 days to be able to get access to the Dream Dragon character, so they can start seeing how this character and this whole idea can start benefiting them. Okay, I am actually hoping to give away 10,000 copies of the ebook. But in order to even be able to come close to that, I'm going to need everybody's help to make it happen. Now, there's also a bonus for anyone who orders the ebook or the printed book. There is a link on the Amazon page in the description of Dreamtime Friend that directs to 2 audio files. Remember I mentioned the cassette tape? We basically digitized these, and they are now available to download or to play for free, but it's an unpublished page, so you can't get to that link without going to the page where this is available. So if you're going to go and get this and get the free copy, at least grab that link and save the link, so you also have access to the audio files, which are the Storyverse set to music. One is a fast daytime version with drums and tambourines and slide whistles, and it's a real upbeat. It's a great thing to put on and just let the kids dance around and get some energy out. But then there's also a bedtime version that is acoustic guitar and vocals. And Nathaniel, as a child, hated it because I would put on the tape and he'd be out in about a minute and a half. It would just lull him to sleep. And he was a little kid at the time, so he didn't want to go to bed. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna throw Nathaniel under the bus a little bit. The child that was used for the cover of the book and for the cassette, this is actually modeled after Nathaniel when he was 5 years old. It's 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. So just try to get out as many of those free copies as possible. Because hey, why not, right? I mean, I think the normal price for it's I think I have it priced like at $3.99 or $4.99 or something like that. So it's not like a huge amount of money even if you were paying for it. But hey, you know what? Right now you got a lot of kids at home that would love to have something else to do. And, this would be one more thing that a parent can add to their little arsenal of distractions for their children. And this one's not going to cost them anything. So, why not? I'm also introducing a new storytime series on our new Dream Dragon YouTube channel. And again, this is a great way to distract the kids with something fun and maybe even a little educational. Did you post it? Nathaniel actually also posted the link to the YouTube channel, and our first video is on there. So please take a look at that, and also please subscribe to the YouTube channel because we are going to be adding a lot of content to that YouTube channel, and including more storytime videos, as well as when the cartoon is officially released, it is going to be released for free. And it will be available on YouTube. So make sure that you're subscribed to our channel so that when it actually is released, you'll get notification of that. And of course, I would also greatly appreciate any direct support for any of the Dream Dragon, merchandise, by people purchasing either the books or the activity books or the T-shirts or any of the stuff that we have available, all of our little Dream Dragon paraphernalia. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I would greatly appreciate your support in that way too. And we even have a thing set up that if somebody wants to donate, toward the cause, that they can, and it would be greatly appreciated because I'm going to be very honest with everybody. I'm self-funding this thing, and it is not cheap. It is not cheap to do what we're doing. But you know what I thought? I thought, if I don't believe in my dream enough to put some legs under it, why in the world would anybody else? So I decided, you know what? I'm just going to do this thing. I'm just going to make this thing happen, and I'm going to do it. Period. Okay, so Nathaniel actually just wrote me a little note that's a great one. So if you do purchase something, like let's say that you end up, purchasing one of these and you give it to either your child or a grandchild or whoever it might be. If once you receive them, you could take some pictures and send them to me, I would really appreciate that because I will post them on the Dream Dragon Facebook page as well as the Dream Dragon website to really to show my appreciation of you guys and your support. So, especially if you have littler ones, this is really geared toward the premise behind this actually is, and you're going to see this, there's going to be kind of an evolution of what this character becomes. I'm trying to actually appeal to a broader base than what most children's characters appeal to. Most kids' characters appeal to about a 2 to maybe 3 year age group, where when a child gets to like say 5 years old, between like 3, 4, and 5, by the time they get to 5, they've kind of outgrown the characters because the one thing that never changes is the characters don't grow with the child. And I decided I wanted to kind of try to change that because a relationship is, the relationship with this character is just like any relationship when it comes to trust. And I think that for a child to really be able to trust a character and get something meaningful out of it, they need a longer period of time to develop that trust. So we're actually going to be doing something very, very different, and that is that the character is literally going to evolve and change as the child grows. So where a little guy that maybe a little girl or guy, with something like this in a picture book, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 early readers, this would be appropriate for them. Obviously, the same book wouldn't be appropriate for a 10-year-old. But a comic book might. So imagine an evolution of the character itself in order to be able to start really tackling maybe some difficult topics and subjects that the premise behind my character is promoting what I call the 3 E's. It's education, entertainment, and empowerment. Far too many characters in this day and age have the big E of entertainment, but they really lack the substance of empowerment and education. So what I'm trying to do is have things that embody all 3 as much as possible. So that's kind of the road that I'm trying to go down, and it's going to be a difficult road because I've researched this extensively, and what I'm trying to do really has not been done, at least not successfully. And I want to change that because I think kids deserve more than they're getting these days. And if you're a parent or you know parents that are struggling with the way our world is becoming and what their children are becoming, then I think you'd be in agreement with me that what we need to do is we need to take a stand and make a change. And I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is in that regard and put something out there that I think is really going to help parents and help their children too. So I literally wrote this down here, and it's funny because I wrote, I am both excited and scared to death about this decision. But you know what? I know I can count on you guys to help me out. I know I can count on you as much as you've been able to count on me when it comes to helping with the things that you've needed help with. I'm just asking for that to be reciprocated. I've really never asked for anything from it. And I think most people know that, that I don't really ask for anything in return. But this time, I am going to ask for something in return. And that what I'm going to ask for is your help to get this out to as many people as possible. Spread to me, this is good news. This is going to be something that's going to be very, very positive, that's going to have a positive impact, and I think is going to actually it's going to do our society it's going to be good for everybody involved. And so I wouldn't be asking for your help otherwise. So I really want to ask that you help me make this dream something amazing, because I believe it can be. And with your help, I know it can be. So let's do another giveaway. I don't know why I love these dang giveaways so much, but I do. I don't know why, I just do. So let's do one more. And again, same rules apply. U.S. Viewers of the live broadcast only. It's going to be another sample pack of the Dream Dragon book and activity books. And again, the first correct answer that we see on our feed is going to be the winner. So, again, I'm going to check if you are paying attention. Okay? So what was the name of the first Dream Dragon book that I wrote? And this one should be pretty darn easy. So again, what was the name of the first Dream Dragon book that I wrote? It's the same name. Just get it at least close. Okay, look at the screen.
There we go.
Okay, we have a winner.
Shanna Lee Moore.
Hi, Shanna Lee Moore. That's another one I'm really glad just won. Shanna Lee Moore has been very supportive of all the stuff that we've done, just as much as Susan Yusui has been. So that makes me very happy that Shanna, that's awesome. Very good, very good. Okay. So listen, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you get a chance to take a look at the Dream Dragon website and you look at the About Us page, that's really going to summarize the, kind of how everything happened and the journey that I've gone through. I have had a few people that have taken a look at it, and they've contacted me back, and they were like, I had no clue, Jerry. I would have had no clue the trials and tribulations that you've gone through in order to get where you are. And I hope that inspires you. I hope it inspires you to pursue your own dreams. whatever those might be. I really do. And if you're watching this and you're not connected with Enagic and you're not already talking to somebody with Enagic, if you need a vehicle to help you get your dreams off the ground, and you'd be willing to consider Enagic, by all means, please reach out and reach out to me directly, and I can explain to you, how I was able to go from a dreamer to a doer, because that's basically what I've been able to do, and a lot of it is because of Enagic. Obviously, it's not all because of Enagic, but a great portion of it is, and because it isn't all due to Enagic, I would like to also thank all the people who have been extremely instrumental in getting things to this point to allow this to happen. I want to thank my wife Susan. I want to thank my son Nathaniel, both my other children Nicholas and Kaylee. I want to thank my mom, Bobby Wesley, and my sister Robin Wesley. I want to thank my UB and my AK. That's my Uncle Bob and my Aunt Kim. They're actually both educators from Nebraska, and they did me great favors by reviewing a lot of the information to give me their opinions on a professional level. I told them take the fact that I'm your nephew out of the equation, and they did, and they were very honest with me, and they think that I'm onto something, especially being educators. My uncle just recently retired. He was a regent for the University of Nebraska after a very long career of, teacher, principal, high school. He did everything. My Aunt Kim also was a teacher. She was also a principal. They've been around education for a long time, so their opinions meant a great deal to me, and the fact they were willing to take as much time as they did to review all the information that I sent them. It's people like that who have really motivated me and inspired me to go after this. Because, it's one thing to think that it's going to be good, but when other people start confirming that, corroborating that, it makes you think, hey, you know what? Maybe this could happen. Maybe this is what I think it could be. And so I want to thank all those people and everybody else. If I don't mention your name, I really apologize. But I think the people that who you are. Jeremy Ballard, you're one that, man, honestly, if it weren't for you, probably none of this would be happening. Jeremy did some stuff for me years and years ago that gave the Dream Dragon a little pop that made some things possible. Dave Slater, now I feel like I'm at an awards ceremony and I've got to thank everybody. Mike Curley, Brian Lau. These people were just instrumental. Ian Polanco, Dan Kane. These are some people that, their names might not be as out there with the 2020 version of this whole thing, but these were people that were very important. So I just want to say thank you, like from the bottom of my heart. Okay, now if you were one of the giveaway winners, please be sure to private message me with your name and mailing address. And even if you think I have them already, just do me a favor and resend it. Okay, so both Shanna and Susan, I know I have your addresses, but please just send them to me so they're easy for me to access and so I can get those off to you as soon as possible. Okay. Wow, this hour went by fast. Listen, you guys, I really want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for your help. Sorry I got a little emotional earlier, but this is a big deal for me. This really is. It's a very emotional thing for me. And so I'm glad I was able to share this with everybody and let you be a part of something that is so monumental in my life. I haven't had a lot of huge monumental things happen. I've had a really weird life as far as things that have happened, but none of them to this magnitude. I mean, this is like this kind of is getting close to like marrying my wife, the birth of my children type of things. This is I could probably count this as, on one hand of the big events in my life. So with that, I want to close this saying this. The motto of the Dream Dragon is Dare to Dream. And I hope that you will join me and dare to go after your own dream and make it a big one. Make it worth pursuing. We're in unprecedented times right now. So why not take advantage of this downtime that most of us have and do something unprecedented and go after that dream that you've always wanted? So with that, I'm going to say this. Thank you again for your time and your attention, your support and your help. And I'm going to encourage you to dare to dream. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Jerry Kostica. It has been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate it. Thank you.